Welcome to Daily Harmony.
Great to be here.
So today, we're diving deep into a concept that, honestly, has the power to really transform how you experience your life and the world around you.
hmm
We're going to unpack Lesson 207 of A Course in Miracles. It revisits a really fundamental idea. I bless the world because I bless myself.
Such a powerful
It
statement.
really is. And our mission, for this deep dive is to explore exactly how your inner landscape, your thoughts, your feelings about yourself
Yeah.
directly impacts your experiences and, well, the positive influence you can have.
Yeah, how it all connects.
Exactly. We want to sort of shed light on how understanding this link can pave the way for more joyful, more connected, and, yeah, a more blessed life for you.
Well said.
At its heart, we're looking at how the peace, the positivity you cultivate inside yourself is kind of mirrored in what you offer out to the world.
Indeed. And what's so compelling about Lesson 207, I find, is just how elegant and direct it is in asserting this link, between our internal state and our external reality.
Right.
The material we've looked at emphasizes this really clearly. It says, the central theme revolves around the idea that our perceptions and experiences of the world are directly tied to our internal state.
So it's not just theory.
No, not at all. It's presented as like a fundamental principle of how things actually work. And it goes on to explain the practical side of it.
Hmm.
By recognizing that I bless the world because I bless myself, we understand that the blessings we offer to others reflect our own self-acceptance and inner peace.
Okay, let's really dig into that.
hmm
It sounds like what's happening inside isn't just personal, isolated stuff.
hmm
It's actively shaping how we see things, how we engage with everything, which makes me think about interconnectedness, which I know the lesson also touches on.
Yes,
It
exactly.
feels like we're all sort of part of the same fabric.
Precisely. And if we connect that to the bigger picture, Lesson 207 really underscores this profound interconnectedness of, well, everyone, all beings. When we actively nurture a loving, positive inner world, that energy, it doesn't just stay put inside us. It naturally radiates outwards. It influences people around us, maybe in ways we don't even consciously realize.
Like ripples in a pond.
Exactly like that. It highlights that we're not these isolated islands. Our internal weather system has a ripple effect. And as the sources suggest, this ties right into that powerful idea that our thoughts, our feelings, they are active forces. They actually shape our shared reality.
Wow.
Think about it. If enough of us individually cultivate inner peace,
Yeah.
what kind of world might that start to create?
That's a big thought. So this phrase, I bless the world because I bless myself, it's more than just like a nice saying.
Oh, much more.
How does that actually play out day to day? What does it look like when self-blessing becomes world blessing in, practical terms?
Well, the material gives us some good insight there. Essentially, the kindness, the acceptance we show ourselves, that becomes the very source, the fuel for the positive energy we can then offer out. Think about it this way. If you're constantly fighting an inner critic, feeling weighed down, inadequate, that negativity is probably going to seep into your interactions, right? It'll color your perspective.
Yeah, you might be shorter with people, more judgmental.
Exactly, or react with more frustration. But if you operate from a place of self-acceptance, inner peace, that positive energy just naturally flows out. You're more likely to be patient, understanding, generous. It's about the energy you're literally radiating.
That makes perfect sense. Like you can't pour from an empty cup, as they say.
That's a great way to put it.
So self-love and forgiveness, they seem absolutely central here, like non-negotiable.
Totally. The lesson points directly to self-love and forgiveness as essential prerequisites for extending love to others authentically.
You have to have it first.
You do. The sources really emphasize that before you can genuinely bless the world, the journey has to start with blessing yourself. And that means embracing your whole self, flaws and all.
The messy bits, too.
The messy bits, too, absolutely. And offering yourself forgiveness for perceived mistakes or shortcomings, that internal act of grace, that's what unlocks your capacity to offer genuine love and forgiveness to others.
Right.
As one source puts it, it highlights the importance of self-love and forgiveness as prerequisites for extending love to others. It's all about creating that compassionate internal environment first.
So if we really take this on board, internalize this connection, how might that actually tangibly shift how we interact with people,
Right.
with the world, just day to day?
That brings up a really crucial point about self-awareness, doesn't it?
Hmm.
When you really grasp that your inner state directly shapes your outer experiences, you naturally become more tuned in to your own thoughts and feelings. You start to notice, oh, maybe my internal unrest is kind of distorting how I'm seeing the situation or leading to less positive interactions.
You catch yourself more.
You catch yourself. And that awareness empowers you to consciously focus on nurturing a more loving, peaceful inner state. So instead of always trying to change the outside world or other people,
Which is exhausting.
right, the focus shifts inward to your own internal landscape, with the understanding that positive shifts within will naturally lead to more compassionate, more harmonious interactions. It's really about taking responsibility for the energy you bring.
That feels like a really empowering shift, moving away from feeling like a victim of circumstances to
Yes.
recognizing, okay, I have agency here. I can help create a more positive reality, starting right here, inside me. Now, the sources also give some really concrete ways to start putting this into practice, don't they?
Yes, they do, thankfully. They offer 3 practical examples, tangible ways to start embodying this principle.
Okay, what's the first one?
The first is self-reflection. This means intentionally taking time each day, maybe just a few minutes, to acknowledge and appreciate the positive aspects of yourself.
Uh-huh.
The suggestion is even to maybe jot down 3 things you value about yourself and then reflect a bit on how those qualities positively influence your interactions. How does that strike you?
Well, it seems like a very direct way to cultivate that self-blessing we were talking about.
Right.
By consciously focusing on strengths, positive attributes, you're actively building that foundation of self-acceptance. And it just makes intuitive sense, doesn't it? When you feel good about yourself, you're more likely to approach others with kindness. You just have more positive energy to give.
Precisely. It's about recognizing, affirming the goodness within you, which then makes it easier to see the goodness out there. Okay, the second practical example is engaging in acts of kindness.
Simple, but powerful.
Very. This involves consciously doing small acts of generosity during your day, offering a genuine compliment, lending a hand, even just sharing a smile with someone.
It's interesting how often doing something kind for someone else makes you feel good too.
Isn't it? It seems to benefit both the receiver and the giver.
Yeah, like that positive energy is contagious or something.
Exactly. And that feeling, that connection, that positivity you get from an act of kindness, it reinforces the core principle we're talking about.
Mm.
Giving and receiving are often, 2 sides of the same coin.
Mm-hmm.
Your outward act of generosity, which ideally comes from a more positive inner place, it doesn't just benefit the other person, it strengthens your own sense of well-being and reinforces that outward flow of blessings. It's really a beautiful cycle when you think about it.
It really is.
Mhm.
Okay, and the third example, it's a meditation exercise.
That's right. Can I walk you through it quickly?
Please do.
Okay. So this exercise invites you to just spend a few moments focusing on your breath. Nice and simple. And as you do that, you visualize a warm, radiant light surrounding. You think of it as a symbol of love, of blessings.
Okay.
With each inhale, you imagine drawing this light into yourself, filling every part of you with its warmth, its positivity. And then with each exhale, you visualize that light, that loving energy, expanding outwards from you, extending to encompass the world around you.
Ah, I see.
What's really insightful here, I think, is how this simple practice offers a direct, felt experience of the principle, I bless the world because I bless myself. You start by receiving that inner nourishment, that love, and then you consciously extend it outwards.
It's like a mini demonstration of the whole concept in action.
Exactly.
Breathing in the self-blessing, breathing out the world blessing. So when we pull all this together, why is Lesson 207 so significant? What's the really key message here for someone just trying to navigate daily life?
Well, ultimately, I think Lesson 207 offers just a profound insight into the power of our own minds.
Right.
It gently guides us away from constantly looking outside ourselves for solutions or, blaming external things for our experiences.
Which is easy to do.
So easy.
Yeah.
And it guides us towards taking responsibility for cultivating our inner state. The lesson beautifully shows that self-blessing isn't some self-indulgent act. It is actually the very source, the wellspring from which all the blessings we can offer the world originate.
It starts there.
It starts there. It directs us to recognize our inherent worth and the incredible power we have to influence not just our own experiences, but also the lives of others through the energy we choose to radiate.
So to sort of wrap it up then,
Mm-hmm.
our inner world and the outer world, they're not separate things.
Not at all.
They're deeply interwoven, constantly affecting each other. By consciously cultivating self-acceptance, love, inner peace by actively choosing to bless ourselves. We're not just boosting our own well-being, we are actively contributing more positive energy, more blessings to the whole world around us.
Mm.
That's a powerful realization.
It absolutely is. And understanding that presents a truly transformative opportunity for you, for anyone listening.
So maybe as you move through your week, we'd encourage you to really reflect on this. How does your perception of yourself, honestly, shape your relationships and the kind of environment you experience day to day?
Yeah, notice those connections.
Maybe even try one of those practical exercises we talked about. Just see what happens. How might intentionally practicing self-blessing, even in small ways, shift your interactions, your overall sense of well-being? It's definitely an exploration worth taking.